Hey there, Grace Chapel. This is Victor. We're coming up on the season of Lent, and Crystal and I just wanted to release a video talking about some of the offerings that we'll have for you, and also invite you to two particular spiritual practices that we want to do and would just invite you to do to prepare your heart for this season. Lent is this 40-day journey to the cross and resurrection of Jesus. And it's a time for you and I to look inside of our souls and consider what is dead inside of there, what needs rebirth, what needs to be acknowledged and told the truth about and brought to the cross of Jesus. And one of the spiritual practices that the church has just engaged in throughout history is fasting. Typically, that's abstaining from food, not water, but just food, for a specific amount of time. And there are so many things I could say about fasting, just the misconceptions that are there, but I'll just say a few things. I think that fasting is a practice that, in our affluent and excessive culture is something that we really would benefit from. Because I think that we can use things like food and social media and things that are even really good to distract ourselves, to numb ourselves from the pains that we experience inside of us and from the things that aren't the way that they're supposed to be in the world. I just wanted to tell a story to kind of illustrate the practice of fasting. So a couple days ago, one of the coldest days of the winter, I woke up in the morning and came out to our living room, and our front door had blown open. And I looked at our thermostat, and there's like snow just blowing into my living room. And I look at our thermostat, and it's 40 degrees in my room. Outside, it's probably -10 or something like that. And I quickly shut the door, and shortly after that, one of the first things that I thought about were just those folks who don't have a home, who don't have a furnace, who don't have just something to heat themselves and keep them warm. And I was driven to pray for those people. And fasting kind of has a similar effect. We abstain from these really good things sometimes that we've used to comfort ourselves, to protect ourselves. We abstain from those things so that we might become aware of the things outside in the world that aren't the way that they're supposed to be, and inside of ourselves that aren't right. And then what that does is it draws us to commune with the God that will heal us and heal the world ultimately. And Isaiah, he talks about just kind of just that kind of fasting that the Lord desires. And so I just wanted to read. This is from Isaiah 58, 6 and 7. Is not this the fast that I choose, to loose the bonds of wickedness, to undo the straps of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry and bring the homeless poor into your house? When you see the naked, to cover him, and not to hide yourself from your own flesh. And so you see, fasting is not our way of trying to get God's favor or show him how self-controlled we are. It really is to realize our weakness, our frailty, and to bring that to our strong, powerful, good Savior. And so I just want to ask you, what might you abstain from this season? It could be food, it could be coffee, it could be social media, it could be just how much time you spend on Twitter and kind of soaking in the news feed. What might that be? We'll have just more for you just on the Lenten guide that we'll be releasing soon, you can go to our website under the Winter Survival Guide and click on the Lent button.